Whoo, what's going on YouTube? It's Disrespected Donnie B all day. Disrespected Donnie B all day. Why are you disrespected? Well, you guys have never seen a video like this from me. Not like this. I've never shot a video from disdain and anger. You know what I mean? And not even anger. I just disrespect. You know what I mean? Disrespect, especially by the people that, you know what I mean, that you support. People that you helped grow and people that you do all this stuff for or whatever. You know what I mean? It just... You know what I mean? People that you care about, you genuinely care about. If somebody, you know, kind of kicks you in the teeth, you'd hope it's not one of those people. And recently, something happened. And I'm not going to mention any names because I'm not a dick, right? I mean, I try not to be. And a cardinal just flew over there. Pretty bird. So this is the D-Bad gator tail, right? This thing is a monster knife. You'll notice these really beautiful micarta handles. It's got its own shape, its own contouring. It's done very well. As a matter of fact, it's not like the Kukri House who makes this. They're specialized in kukri knives. You know, they're Nepal. They're Gurkhas. They make the greatest kukris in the world, right? The greatest kukris in the world, the ones that supply the British military, are made right there in Nepal. They're the ones that make these. Now you'll go through my entire lineup and you'll say, you can look at all the handles and all the things and even some of the materials. It's like, oh, that's different. Yeah, they're not all the same. So then you can go through their kukris and they have their traditional kukri handles. Yep. And most of those are going to look pretty much the same. If you're a traditional kukri handle, it's traditional kukri handle. But they do maybe 15 different kinds of handles on just their kukris alone. I mean, it's insane. So somebody said, oh, well, don't waste your money on Kukri House because if you've had one, you've had them all. You've had one, you've had them all. That's odd. It was really odd to me that somebody would say that. And it was kind of a spit in the face because a knife guy doesn't go on about a knife manufacturer and say, look, don't waste your money. I tell you guys all the time, things like United Cutlery. United Cutlery pisses me off. I have such a love-hate relationship with United Cutlery because United Cutlery generally put together a knife that's made horribly wrong. It just shouldn't be made the way it is. The handle materials generally absolutely suck, but usually the steel works. So I'm usually kind of cool with United Cutlery, and even if I break one in half, I don't say I don't recommend it. As a matter of fact, United Cutlery puts out these, the Hibbins, right? So these Gil Hibben knives are produced by United Cutlery. And you've seen, as a matter of fact, I put this through a little bit of use, right? You can see the scratches on it, right? This isn't some, even though it's meant to be a wall hanger, that's what they say, these are wall hangers. It's not made for hard use. I did light use work with it and it scratched up pretty good, but it's still able to be used, right? And even though most people would say, don't waste your money on that piece of absolute trash garbage, they say that. I say, yeah, but it has a purpose. I say, think about it. You know what I mean? If you're defending yourself, this will go inside of a rib and not break, right? It'll go inside, it'll take off some skin and it's not going to break. If you use it for what it's made for, you know what I mean? If you're taking this out as your camp knife, okay, you're probably going to break it. You're probably going to break it. That's 100% truth. But would I say, don't waste your money on them because they're cheap pieces of crap? I wouldn't do that. Do you know why? Because I respect the blade. I respect the makers. Even if I don't like what the makers do. You guys hear me talk about K-Bar all the time. I love K-Bar steel. Love K-Bar steel. And I say all the time, oh, the person in the handle shop should be fired. All right? I say that all the time. But but then at the same time, I say, you guys need one of these. Like that big brother, I can say whatever I want about, okay, it has a stick tang. I hate the leather round grips. And then I say, buy one because it's freaking awesome. I'm not going to bitch out, right? So I'm going to be very, very honest. So when I hold a knife like this, that's made a 1/4 inch thick. It's made by Gurkhas. It's made by the people that make the best kukris on the planet. The best kukris on the planet. This thing is made to take serious, nasty, vicious, hard use. Don't believe me? Look at Scab's Preacher. Scab's Preacher, made by the Kukri House, designed by this guy. He has put that knife through so much abuse, other knives cry for it. But that knife just keeps on going. And then some of them, like my Preacher, was designed with rosewood handles. Sometimes if you bang onto wood, guess what? You can crack the wood. It's easily fixed. Arizona Bladesman proved that. He had a hairline fracture. He just glued it back on. It's 100%. Now the guy's swinging the blade. He's actually sending it to me to swing. So we're going to really find out how bad the handles really must be if one was glued. And not only that, but when you go to the Kukri House, if any knife you see there has a rosewood handle and you say, yeah, but I don't like wood because wood can crack. It's wood. Of course it can crack. If you don't like rosewood, you can opt for a different. You could say, hey, what about G10? Hey, what about micarta? They'll say, okay, because they're freaking knife makers. It's what they do. So here's the deal. If somebody gets on the web and talks about hard-earned money and what you should be spending on, these are two very far off in overall cost, right? The overall cost for this is very close to a lot of, I think the overall cost, and this is probably around $100, right? My Preacher is $100. $100 for the Preacher that has who stabbed street signs. It'll go through car hoods. It'll destroy cinder blocks. This one won't, but that one will. Same price. And the person who said it says, don't waste your hard-earned money on something from the Kukri House, something that works, but he says he will highly, for real use, for actual physical use, highly recommend a Gil Hibben knife that's made by United Cutlery. Highly recommend, right? There's been a lot of those. The $20 Walmart Bowie. I used one for real, like actual real use. Real freaking use. And what happened? The whole blade warped from doing actual use. And it wasn't actual use like cutting the tire and going through wheelbarrows. No, it was cutting wood. I was cutting wood and the whole thing warped. But the person that says don't buy these because, man, once you've had one, you've had them all. That person said that, but they highly recommend that cheap $20 Bowie. Highly recommend the cheap one, but when you get something that has proven itself, that has destroyed things, no, don't waste your money. That's a dig. That's a dig. Especially if you've bought something from them, from the Kukri House, a custom order. Let's say it's a custom order. So it's something they've never made before. They make what they think you want. They send it to you and it's not right. Right? So what do? You call them up and you say, hey, it's not right. Okay, they're going to send you a new one. And they did. And they made the new one exactly the way it was wanted to be in the first place. So no harm, no foul. This wasn't one of their production knives that they screwed up, that they make a million of, right? No, this was something that you wanted specifically done, and somehow translation got lost or something, and it just didn't come out right. But they fix it. So the first thing you do is you go on and you say, don't waste your money with them. I know they've done me well. I know that when the Rambo knives came out and nobody was selling them yet, they made me one. I know, but don't do that. Don't go there. Come on, man. If you're gonna waste your hard-earned money or spend your hard-earned money, and you're buying a knife, you might want to understand, what kind of knife you want. Do you want something that you can actually really freaking use hard? Do you want something that you can use light, or something that you shouldn't even use at all? But to sit there and discredit any freaking knife maker, that does not make you a knife guy. You are not a knife guy. If you get online and you say, hey, look at this, I have this machine-made knife right here, which is nice. I mean, maybe it hasn't proven itself as much as this guy, but it's really nice. So that means you shouldn't buy this guy because this is hand-forged and it looks like it's hand-forged. That's right, it was hand-forged. Blood, sweat, tears. goes into making these. This is made by real men, not some guy who pushes a button on a freaking machine and lets the machine do the work. This is handmade by a dude who makes it enough to where I can get out there and I could split logs all day long and nothing will go wrong with this. You know what'll happen if I split logs with this all day long? I won't make it through my first log. Don't believe me? See, here's the thing. I'm a knife guy. I am a freaking knife guy. I love knives, right? All freaking knives. I don't care if you have a cheap knife. I don't care if you make a garbage knife. I'm going to find something to love about it because that's what I am. I'm a knife guy. I'm never, ever going to disrespect the knife, right? But here we go. Here we go. I'm going to show y'all something that needs to be seen by certain people because they just don't believe. Man, it's got some good bite. It's got some good bite. They just don't believe things. And I hate this, guys. You know this is not me, but if somebody's going to disrespect one of the great knife companies in the world, I'm going to show you what that knife does. All right? I'm going to show you. And not because I want to show you. Not because I want to show you. But don't disrespect what you don't know. This knife is a knife. It is a made-to-be knifed knife. It is a beast. It is power. It is madness. It is power. It is madness. This thing will take care of anything you need to do. Anything you need to do. This knife, I really like. Now I need to buy a new one. If anybody has one that they want to send me, please send it to me because mine appears to be broken, right? In half, broken. Oh, but don't buy these because I've seen failures. I've seen failures. Really? You've seen failures? Show me one of these where the blade is broken in half. Show me. Show me one. And I'm not talking about, hey, I'm gonna be a dick and I'm gonna break one on purpose. I'm gonna maybe do something to break one. I'm saying show me that you've seen one of these break in half because I've broke now 3, but 2 without trying to break them in half. I've broke 2 without trying, right? Without doing that. And then they say, oh, but wood handles. All right, so the knives you highly recommend come with these wood handles, right? Oh, wow, look what I just did to it. There you go. Here's your wood handle. Guess what? You highly recommend that wood handle. You don't recommend anything that's built right. You know, that would be disturbing. That's got some great bite too. Let's see. Let's see. Is there any edge damage on there? No. Why? Because it's a real freaking knife. It's a real freaking knife. So I don't like being pissed off because it doesn't do anyone well if I'm pissed off. You know what I mean? It's me being mad is generally not healthy for other people. But I mean, there's some people I love, and even the people that you love will piss you off sometimes. That's just the way it is. We all have brothers and sisters, even you know, only children, people with no brothers and sisters find a way to find brothers and sisters. It just happens. It's humanity, right? So no matter how much you love somebody, no matter how much you respect somebody, if somebody does something stupid, it's your job to call them out on it. It's your job to call them out, even though I won't use names. Because I'm not a petty piece of crap, and neither did this person. This person did not mention names, but he did call out Kukri House by name, which a dick move. It was a dick move. Why? Because these are real knives. Don't waste your hard-earned money on this. Once you've had one, you've had them all. Really? Then why are none of my knives, my designs especially, why are they not the same? Why is it that you can buy 50 different kinds of kukri? Why? I don't know, because they're all the same. You call out a knife company that has done you good. You could have called out a knife company you've never used. A knife, like another kukri maker who makes a bunch of stuff that you've never been involved with. But instead you try and call out the people that have done you right. And not only that, but a brother of the blade, somebody who's been with you all along, you call out the place where you know that person's designs are being made and you say don't buy their knives. man. Man alive. Man alive. I don't care, man. I don't care. I still got nothing but love, man. It's who I am. It's what I do. And now, after all is said and done, I still have this wicked nice sheath. So now it looks like I need to make a knife to fit in there. I hate this video. I hate this video. Somebody might like it. There might be some thumbs up on there. I hate this video. I hate that somebody who I was like, that's a brother to me, would sit there and go, hey, don't buy his knives. Don't do that. Don't buy knives that work when you can buy cheap knives that don't, you know, for the same price. For the same price. Let me go find Roscoe. Get done with this. Guys, if you want a really badass knife, go to the Kukri House and look up the D-Bad gator tail. Like a parrot on my shoulder. This thing is a beast. So are all the rest of them. And the thing is, I prove it. I prove it. Don't believe me? Watch other people prove it. Look at Captain Electro just put out a video today. He was a guy that was like, nope, nope, nope. D-Bad knives, nope. And then he came around because the guy, he's smart. He's really smart. He's like, all right, well, let me figure out what this knife is really about, because he wasn't a guy who bought big knives, right? He just wasn't that guy. So he was treating his big knife like a small knife. He was expecting it to be the same. And I think he went into it with that outlook. Once he started learning the knife, now he sleeps with it under his mattress. I think that's pretty awesome, actually. You don't believe Captain Electro, who's a very honest guy? Go to Scab. Scab's not going to tell you about why he thinks the knife is great. He's going to show you. He's going to beat the crap out of stuff. He's going to show you. And that's why all these guys, all their subs are starting to go doot, 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 doot. They're climbing. Why? Because they're not afraid to put their money where their mouth is, right? They're showing you. They're not doing some half-ass stuff or just showing a blade. They're beating the crap out of them to show you if they're good, right? You don't believe me? Go to Woodsman Knives channel. Go take a look. Go take a look. The guy, nobody beats as many D-Bad designs as hard as I do like he does. And go see the failures. The failures, where? There's none. There's none. Go look at Arizona Bladesman. He doesn't have a D-Bad knife, but he's got a Kukri House knife. And even though it came with a hairline fracture in the wood, all he did is put some glue on it, and then he started swinging it again. And guess what? It works. It works. Don't believe him? Go to the Shredder. Those guys are really big liars, right? The Shredder, oh yeah, the Shredder. You can't believe him. You can't believe a 10-year-old. No. Are you kidding me? Papa John bought himself a D-Bad little big man. That knife is freaking awesome. Ask him. He'll tell you. He knows knives. The guy knows knives. He's been in martial arts all his life. Does martial arts with blades. He knows some blades. He put that thing in his hand. He knew what he was looking at. Plus, they tested it. They really test them. They test their knives. So, that's the thing. Let me go find this damn dog. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I was disrespected and I was brokenhearted. That's what it was. I was sad. This video was made from depression, not from anger. I know it seems like anger, but if there was real anger right now, I'd have probably flipped over my own car because, ooh, I'm not too good with anger. All right, so that's it. Don't forget, you can still get all these great knives. The only John Jay tribute knife ever made. The only one, and the only one that'll actually really work and hard work, because there's another maker who makes a knife that some people think is a John Jay tribute. It's not. And they think you could work it all day long. Oh no, you can't. Not with that rat tail. No, you can't. So go find yourself some D-Bad creations. You will be very happy you did. And have some fun. You want the greatest kukri in the world? Go to the Kukri House. I think everybody should own a kukri. Everybody. Go to the Kukri House. Look through. There's going to be a jillion of them. You'll find one that just goes, wow, that's the one. And if you're not looking at all of them and going, that's the one, that means they must be different. They're not all built the same, right? So that's it. There was probably something else, but I don't remember. I'm stalling because I was trying to remember, but now it's too late. All right, so sad ass Donnie B all day, disrespected by a bro. It is what it is. I'm done with this. I'm out until next knife. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.